Good morning from Breazeale Grocery, Bluegrass. We're located here at 5109 Liberty Highway, Pendleton, South Carolina. I'm your host today, Don Acevedo. Aunt, Sil, Heidi, Charlie, Harper, Julie, Stoudemire, longtime friend, Mr. David Hall, and Heidi, Charlie, Harper, Julie, Stoudemire, longtime friend, Mr. David Hall, and of course, always loving Martin behind us there. You see him. And we got a wedding coming up. Blaine and Kinsey. No, Kim. I get them confused. Blaine and Kim will get married next month, so we'll have a big time, Mr. Bell. Yeah, so anyway, here at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, we teach music lessons all week. Fiddle, classical fiddle, mandolin, guitar, banjo, anything with a string on it, we teach. We have the best instructors in the upstate by far. For more information, you call me, 864-376-1482. By the way, he's one of the best instructors we got right here. He teaches guitar and electric guitar and banjo. He's here every week on Wednesday. So if you're interested, call me, 864-376-1482. And I have to introduce my my other guest here, Mr. Banjo. Banjo, hey, you're on the air. Okay, this is Banjo. He's trying to clean himself. He'll probably jump on my shoulders or on my head a little bit. But this is Banjo. He's our store bird. He's a African gray, Congo African gray. And he's my buddy. I've had him about, I guess, 5 months, going on 6 months. He's been here at the store. He lives here at the store. He's got a beautiful cage, nice setup. I feed him 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and supper. And then at night I cover his cage up and put him for night-night. He's just a little baby, 7 months. And I think about a year old, they really start to talk a lot. This is the only bird in the world that talks the most, over 1,000 words in his vocabulary. So we're going to teach him a bluegrass song and teach him to introduce himself. No bad words. I had a friend that had a parrot. They cuss like a sailor. But Banjo's going to be our good bird here at the store. He's a security guard here. Huh, Banjo? Yeah, it's a good Banjo. He's trying to clean his feathers right now. He doesn't bite me because he knows better, but they say that beak right there can cut a finger in two when he clamps down on it. They're pretty strong. Their beaks are pretty strong here, buddy. So anyway, this is Banjo. Yeah. We got to think the world of her. She's pretty. Sponsor today is Steck Equipment here in Anderson, South Carolina, for all your equipment needs. We are now here at the store an authorized dealer for the area, located at 5109 Liberty Highway, Pendleton, South Carolina. You can call here at 864-376-1482. Ask for Don, and I'll take you down to the yard and show you any kind of piece of equipment that you need. They sell it over there. Great people. If you would like to sponsor this show, click below. There's a little white thing that says subscribe. Hit that button. That helps us out. So hit that button if you're watching, and subscribe to our channel. Here at Breazeale's Grocery, like I mentioned before, we teach all the stringed instruments here: banjo, guitar, fiddle, bass, mandolin. And everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter what level. If you're just beginning or if you're a pro, come to the store, and you're welcome here. On Saturday nights, we have a circle jam, starts out, and then about 8 o'clock, we put the chairs up, and then more of the professional people usually here, and we do little mini shows, I guess you would call it. So anyway, that's what happens here at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. If you've never been, you got to come. Last week we had 6 new visitors, never been, and they just absolutely enjoyed it. So they'll be back, I'm sure. We got one little girl and her boyfriend, got her up here playing that doghouse bass. She'd never touched an instrument. Boy, she was doing a good job.
Having a good time.
Fellowship and music. So anyway. Okay, this morning I'm going to talk a little about the fiddle, which I play. He said, Bluegrass Festival. Just fell in love with the music. And a big old fella. He's a little story about that. Big old fella. He's a little story about that. I used to go to Palm Beach, see Tony Malia. He was a violin instructor. That's all he did was play around the world. He was a classical violinist. Played around the world, had a big home in Palm Beach, right at the end of Worth Avenue. If you know what Worth Avenue is, the richest street in the world. That's where all the high-end folks, Rolls Royces, and all one time, a little old folding wallet, $1,600 at the Boulevard. So he must have had some do-re-mi playing that violin. So,
was that close to Margot Largo?
yeah, it's not far. Yeah, it's probably about four miles from
Right.
Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, yeah. Mar-a-Lago's on A1A, and if you go in front of Mar-a-Lago and keep going, you run right into Palm Beach.
Right.
Yeah, it's right on the ocean. Beautiful place. All the high-end people live there. I'm talking about billionaires live there. And
See, us redneck Southerns, the only thing we know about Florida was at the 4th of July vacation when all the textile
I had to have me a fiddle. So somebody told me, Tony, I think his name was Tony Malia. I've got the receipt when I bought the first fiddle. I still have it from him. They call them violins in his hand. Come on in the house. He had an accent. Come on in the house. Metronome there, you know, I had to play with that metronome. So he got me started. I had a Mel Bay book. Was I used Mel Bay? I think they're still around. The violin book that I bought from him. And, you know, he started out. But I'm gonna tell you, he didn't teach me how to play bluegrass. He told me the proper way to hold a violin or a fiddle, the proper way to hold the bow. The techniques I learned from him, which was good techniques. So anyway, we started playing. I started lessons I think Wednesday I would go there, middle of the week. Pay him $5 to give me a 30-minute lesson. Well, you know, I noticed that his wife, every time I'd go there, she'd be fixing the doorknobs. She'd be out cutting the grass. She'd be painting. She'd be up on a ladder painting. So I told yeah, I didn't ever see him do anything. He was always there in his robe with a glass of wine, you know, every time I saw him. So one day I told him, I said, probably none of my business, Tony. You know, I noticed, sir, I understand it well. So that was my first bad thing with Mr. Tony. So anyway, we'd go. So Billy asked me to go to a bluegrass festival. I said, yeah, I'd love to go. I said, what's bluegrass? I didn't know what that was. So we sat front row. It was a family, a Thompson family. And that man was sawing down that fiddle. And I told Billy, I said, I have got to learn how to do that, this violin business. So the next week I went back to see Tony and I got set up. I said, Tony, I saw the most incredible thing I've ever seen on this instrument. What do you see? I went to a bluegrass festival. A blue what? I had to explain what a bluegrass festival. I said, there was a guy up there playing a fiddle. I mean, that back there. First lesson was boil them cabbage down.
No kidding.
Actually, it's boil them cabbage down.
There you
know
go.
that? So he taught me how to fiddle that one. I used to play that like nobody's business. So I went to him for probably a couple of years until I learned that fiddle backwards and forwards the best I knew how. And then I quit. Well, Billy Perkle, the guy that turned me on to bluegrass, Jimmy Oatway, me, to his pick. And you know, we got pretty darn good. People say, can you play here? Can you play for us here? So we started playing at different places. And I'm gonna tell you, not bragging, but I got pretty good on that darn fiddle. I could do about any fiddle tune. Orange Blossom Special, I could tear it up. And I can still used to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So the finger, I mean, I still got good hands, but they're just not as quick as they used to be. This hand, the bow hand's the same. So we started playing all over the place, and I was a pretty good fiddle player. People around the area said I was a good fiddle player. I was the only fiddle player. They didn't have bluegrass down there. So I moved here, went through a divorce, and didn't play anything. So when I bought the store, our son Martin started playing the banjo. There's a picture behind us. And boy, he got pretty darn good. So I bought me a Martin D28 guitar so I could pick with him. We started picking together. Sounds pretty good. So then I bought this venue here, the store at Breazeale's, so people could come and play, you know, which we still do. We've been here doing this 19 years. Only closed for a couple weeks when our son Martin passed away in a boating accident. We lost him. He was a good boy. He helped us on the farm. We have a big farm. And you couldn't ask for a better kid. You know, worked very hard. Played football for Pendleton. He was their primary kicker. Boy, he could kick a football like nobody's business. And actually, he could have walked on at Clemson if he wanted to, but he just, you know what I mean? It's him. So it was tough. It was tough coming. But I had a friend, Little Roy Lewis, plays, he's the head guy of the Lewis. I've been watching the Lewis family. He called me open ever since. We don't close on Saturday night. We have a good time, good people, good musicians. People like Mr. Bell here. And his brother Larry Bell taught here for years. His brother taught me banjo, which I'm still trying to figure out. But Larry taught me banjo. I love that man to pieces. It was one of a kind. And he would come here on Saturdays with his wife, not real often, but when he would come, his wife and him would sit. He'd be gone. So we'd do truck drive. He loved that song, and him and I did it. He'd be gone. So we'd do truck drive. He loved that song, and him and I did it, man, like we've been playing forever. I loved it. And we'd quit playing. He'd pack up his stuff, and he and his wife go out the door. See ya. So we sure do miss him. But he's in our memories forever and ever and ever. Anyway, and that's how I got to be here. That's how I got to be a fiddle player. I started 4 years ago. You wouldn't know it though. Mr. Bell's taught me a lot on the banjo. We have a teacher on Saturday, Charles Wood. He's taught me a lot on the banjo. Mark Stoudemire's taught. Every time I sit down with somebody that plays banjo, I always pick up. You know, if it's just one slide that I didn't know how to do, one slide, it's worth it. You know, we have camps here. Twice a month, and I come to them. Mr. Bell, I'll get you that guitar.
He's a pruning.
Yeah, he's a pruning. I guess you could play it sitting down, but most fiddle players, it's a stand-up instrument.
Stand up.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. I like that.
We're going to do that in D, key of D.
All right.
As I read the letter that you wrote to me, it's you thinking of, and with every heartbeat I still think of you and remember our faded love. To stay real, but that was Faded Love.
You got another one you saw on?
Nah, but let me tell you about the bow. It's got,
All right.
It's got a little thing on the back. You adjust the bow.
Yeah.
When you put them up, you're supposed to loosen them up.
Right.
Loosen the hairs up.
Right.
And when you get ready to play it, you tighten it to whatever however you play it is the tightness on the hairs on the. Those are horse hairs on the back of the bow. It costs about $100 to rehair a bow. To rosin it up. This is actually this is expensive rosin. Somebody gave it to me. And you have to rub the bow across the top of that rosin.
What does that come from? Because I'm familiar with pine rosin. We use it to start campfires.
Yeah.
But wonder what that's kind of red looking.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Something processed.
I don't know.
Something processed.
Yeah. I know it's a. So I'd light the end of it and I'd put it in a little glass. Dig in an old stump down there and get you some fat lighter out to start the fire. Contact me at 864-376-1482.